Available on DVD as well as streaming video on demand from Indiepix is the 2020 drama Sto Bene, which means I am fine. This is a dramatic film from director Donato Rotunno about, it's got two parallel stories. It's basically about these two Italian expats that meet in Luxembourg. One is a 20-something female DJ who's kind of on the skids and not doing very well. She's broken up with her boyfriend and they had all these grand plans to tour with their DJing, and she's sort of homeless and doesn't know what to do. And the other is an elderly man who had come to Luxembourg many years earlier. I'm unclear, maybe the 50s or 60s, with two friends, with the idea was they were going to make a lot of money to send back home and then they would eventually go home. Sometimes they say life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. He never left. He's living alone, a widower in a house. These two people meet and their stories intertwine. And the film basically is two parallel stories. It keeps cutting back to the story of this man when he was in his 20s and his friends and his family and what he did to get where he is or mess up where he was in life with he helping this girl in the present day. So it was an interesting film. I didn't find it, I say interesting in that it was interestingly made, it was interestingly shot, it was well done, but it didn't really hook me totally. The story in the past I found a lot more interesting, partly because just the look of the clothes and the cars and everything like that I thought was more interesting. But the story in the past was more interesting, but even then it wasn't very linear. It was just like moments in time from this guy's past, showing how he was struggling to get somewhere, and it didn't always work out for him and his friends, and it's one of those stories where these three guys are filled with youth and hope for the future, and life kind of beats them down and they make mistakes in their lives that causes them to go apart. Not that I'm going to give anything away, and it keeps going back to that, and it goes to the present, and the story in the present I didn't think was all that interesting, and it starts to sort of get interesting and then the movie just ends. So it wasn't necessarily a film for me. For me, there wasn't a lot there for me to hook into. The extras, there's only one extra on the disc that I reviewed. It's a trailer that's 2 minutes. The disc was actually, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry. The disc was fine. This was fine. I'll talk about that something else I'm remembering when I talk about that movie. So available now, streaming and on DVD from Indiepix, is the 2020 drama, which, I mean, if you like foreign films, if you like films about the past and regret and trying to redeem past actions with present actions, this might be the film for you. Io sto bene.